All right, Haiti, we can go ahead and start running some of this footage. This is C1. This is troops arriving in Port-au-Prince, Kenyan troops arriving in Port-au-Prince yesterday. This block is called Haiti on the screen. It could also be called Kenya though, Ryan, because this was unfolding.
It should be called America, though, right?
Right, this was unfolding as just, we could literally put it on a split screen with what was happening in Nairobi yesterday, which was just a demonstration that, as of right now, according to the Human Rights Commission of Kenya, left 22 people dead. A section of their parliament, as the BBC reported, quote, went up in flames as demonstrations against a new tax proposal escalated. I'll keep reading from this BBC report. They said protests against an unpopular finance bill, which included several tax rises, have been going for days, but they escalated on Tuesday as MPs passed an amended bill. Protesters broke into parliament, vandalizing the interior and setting parts of the complex on fire. The ceremonial mace, symbolizing the authority of the legislature, was stolen. Police opened fire with live ammunition, killing at least 5 people, according to the Kenya Medical Association. This is a quote from 24-year-old named Derek, who told the BBC, there are some things that are hard to understand, like how can you impose a 16% tax on bread? How can you tax sanitary pads? That was a reference to proposals that were in the original bill that fueled some of these protests. We should, of course, note that this is the troops that landed in Port-au-Prince yesterday, the Kenyan troops that landed in Port-au-Prince yesterday, it's absolutely part of a U.S.-backed scheme to basically, I mean, we don't know how it's going to end. We can probably guess how it's going to end, but to engineer the preferred outcome of the United States in Haiti. And it comes as a pretty important time in Africa for the United States. They just gave them what the first sub-Saharan African country, Biden, did. He designated them a major non-NATO ally right around the same time that these negotiations over Haiti are happening.
We can put that up. I think that's C5. Sorry to jump around on you, but you can put up C5 there.
It all goes together, and that's one of the important things here.
Yes, and so William Ruto, one of the things that the U.S. Dangles in front of foreign leaders in exchange for things that they want is a trip to Washington. And William Ruto accepted that trip to Washington. He was here very recently. One of the things that they announced was that they're going to name Kenya as this major non-NATO ally. They announced some debt forgiveness and some other schemes that are supposed to make Kenyan leaders happy. Coincidentally, William Ruto is one of the first people, if not the first people, ever charged by the International Criminal Court for war crimes, for a slaughter that he was allegedly heavily involved in. They eventually dropped those charges, and now he's president of Kenya. Kenya has also been doing all sorts of very weird pro-U.S. stuff. Weird in the sense that it doesn't fit with kind of what the politics of the region might indicate. They're the only country there that joined our kind of anti-Houthi coalition. Right. And you'll often see, if you look at that giant UN billboard when, let's say there's an Israel-Palestine vote and the entire world is voting one way, and there's like countries you've never heard of that are like Pacific Islands, and the U.S. are voting the other way, Kenya will be there with them too. Yeah. Like, what the heck's going on here with Kenya? You can also, if you want to go down a rabbit hole, go check out Kenya's election, in which Ruto won in a very, very scandal-plagued election by like 0.1% or something, with all sorts of anomalies and all sorts of allegations that it was rigged, and that the U.S.'s preferred candidate, Ruto, came out on top despite not having actual majority support. And fast forward, U.S. wants international troops to go into Haiti. The U.S. feels like, we can't. We've sent in the Marines too many times into Haiti. And
we've sent the UN too many times into Haiti.
Right. And it feels racist. It's like, well, we need some African troops to like do this invasion for us. Who can help us out? Oh, we've been doing a lot of favors for Kenya. Kenya will do this. It's very unpopular in Kenya. This invasion is extremely unpopular. They had to pay the Kenyan troops, I think it's reported they're getting paid an extra $1,500 a month on top of their salaries.
Oh, that's right, I forgot.
Which is which is only further fueling resentment in Haiti, because Haitian police officers aren't even getting paid.
Right.
Like they haven't been paid in months at best.
Yeah.
And they're like, wait a minute, but you're paying them 15, the average, Haitian police officer makes a tiny fraction of that. And, there are reports that the base that the U.S. built for these Kenyans isn't really ready yet. And then the question is, what on earth are they going to do? Like, what do we think a couple thousand foreign police officers are going to do in a situation that is completely out of control? Like what? Like it literally makes no sense. Like what is the goal here? Like, in other words, so they set up this presidential council in a hotel room in Jamaica.
Right.
That presidential council took a bunch of resumes.
Which is, we've seen the same thing play out before.
Yeah, they took a bunch of resumes. They took 60 resumes from people applying to be prime minister.
Yeah.
They narrowed it down to 5. They did a bunch of interviews. And then they picked a guy from UNICEF to be the prime minister of Haiti. That's not a political solution that has the buy-in of the Haitian people.
Right. You have the buy-in of the United States and maybe UN.
And some elements of the Haitian elite, which were jockeying and lobbying and pressuring to try to get their preferred prime minister outcome. But prime minister of what? Like of a handful of Kenyan troops or police officers, not troops. So,
and this is also in the context of, some people describe it as a kind of second scramble for Africa. Russia and some sort of radical Islamic efforts to capture different countries. The United States is trying to keep some of that at bay, is trying to maintain its power with China as well. And so that's where you see Kenya becoming especially important to the United States. Kenya is in a lot of debt. They have to pay, like us, a lot of interest on their debt. That's where—
Unlike us, they can't just have the Federal Reserve handle that.
Right. Yeah. And so that's where the sort of financial squeeze pushed people into the streets. Let's actually roll C2, because Barack Obama's half-sister was on CNN, was being tear-gassed on CNN, reportedly. Let's roll this footage, C2.
Come speak to us. Live on CNN. Why are you here today?
I'm here because look at what's happening. Young Kenyans are demonstrating for their rights. They're demonstrating with flags and banners. I can't even see anymore. They're being tear-gassed. They're being
We shall not be intimidated. This is our nation. We have to be
So that sign, if you were watching, it said "Colonialism never ended." One of the fellow protesters with Alma Obama had a sign that said "Colonialism never ended." That was tear gas. You could hear shots in the background, so we can put the next element up on the screen here. That's because, they were fired. Their protesters were being fired on in the streets. Obviously, we mentioned earlier that part of the parliament went up in flames yesterday as well. This is from the Associated Press, quote, "The finance bill was meant to raise or introduce taxes or fees on a range of daily items and services, including internet data, fuel, bank transfers, and diapers. Some measures were stripped as anger grew, and it's all part of the Kenyan government's efforts to raise an extra $2.7 billion in domestic revenue." Obviously then, sending well-paid troops to Haiti, not going to be popular either. I'm assuming, and actually I think the U.S. did pay for that operation.
Yeah, the U.S. is paying for it in lots of different ways.
Right.
Yes. And meanwhile, some people watching might say, well, what do you want to do in Haiti? Well, not that. Like, that's not, like, just because you don't have any other ideas is not an argument for sending an international, like, invasionary force in to try to occupy Haiti. Like, there are Haitian political elements that are trying to work toward some type of solution. And if the kind of United Nations want to support that, they can do that with support for Haitian farmers, Haitian merchants, Haitian businesses, Haitian organizations that are trying to come together, and you can help import the things that they need to get off the ground. But just coming in with more guns and putting Kenyan troops in a base is kind of suppressing whatever political reckoning and political dialogue needs to happen to eventually get somewhere.
Yeah.
We've
tried it a million times.
We have been trying to impose some type of situation on Haiti for 200 years.
Well, with similar methods too. I
Yeah.
mean, very similar methods.
Yeah, we just dress them up differently, and the troops are from different countries, different times, but same thing.
Yeah.
Hey, if you liked that video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to Breaking Points.
If you want to see the rest of Counterpoints, go to breakingpoints.com to become a premium member and get the full uncut show every morning in your inbox and on Spotify.